Hello, I'm Marian Moser-Jones of University of Maryland College Park. Nancy Ellish from University of Maryland School of Medicine, Baltimore, and I are co-chairs of the poster session at the 8th Annual Public Health Research at Maryland Day on Tuesday, April 7th. We're hosting this webinar to go over the poster guidelines with you so that you understand the submission process and what we're looking for in a poster. A poster session is a designated time, usually taking place in a larger room or space, where students and other researchers put up large posters summarizing their public health research or project, then stand by the poster to present this research to others. During a poster session, people attending can move through a room, learn about relevant projects, and network with the researchers. This webinar will provide you with basic guidance to prepare your abstract for submission and to guide the preparation of your poster. Here are our email addresses. The poster session is an opportunity for you to showcase your ongoing work on a wide range of topics. So what are we looking for? We're not only looking for research studies. Your poster can also describe some other public health project you've conducted. As part of the abstract submission process, you will need to select a primary research or project category, and if appropriate, a secondary research or project category from the drop-down list provided when you submit. The theme of this year's Public Health Research at Maryland revolves around Healthy People 2030, the objectives of which are going to be released March 31st. Poster presenters will be asked to choose among a set of topic categories and will also be asked to choose one of the Healthy People objectives when submitting their abstract. A list of objectives will be provided. This is for the purpose of organizing the posters into topic areas and aligning them with the Healthy People objective. To assist with putting your poster in the right location, please select one or two categories only. But what if your poster covers many topics? Then we recommend picking one or two topic categories that most closely relate to it. Think about where you would submit or present your research project if you were looking for a specialty conference. What type of journal would you submit to? Answering these questions may help you narrow down the topic, but remember that your work just needs to be related to the topic you choose, even if it covers other topics as well. You can choose a secondary topic in the online submission form. So how do you submit online? The abstracts are due by March 23rd, although the site is now open for registration and abstract submission. Go to the Public Health Research at Maryland website, the URL of which is here, where you will see information about the program. You need to register for the meeting first. So first go to registrations and complete the form. You need to complete this registration before you can submit a poster. When you've completed the registration, go to Submit a Poster, where you start the abstract submission process. Now, whether you're presenting the results of a research study or presenting the conclusions of a public health project, the components of the abstract will be the same. Note that these components will then become the basis of your actual poster. Think about the title of your poster. You want it to be concise, but also to draw interest. You need it to describe the topic you're covering, as well as the specific approach you're taking and the questions or question you're asking. So for example, a title like Smoking and Pregnancy in Maryland is too vague. You're telling us the topic and the location, but not what you're examining. So a title like Smoking Cessation During Pregnancy Among Maryland Adolescents 2015 to 2016 is a little more specific. Here you define not just the what, topic of smoking and pregnancy, the who, your population under analysis, pregnant Maryland adolescents, but you also describe the time period of analysis. Now, you can get more specific and mention your data source, but make sure the title is not too long. For the introduction section, please first provide a brief description of why you conducted the project or research. Then explain the gap in knowledge or practice you're filling with your project. You want to let reviewers know why the topic is important. This section should only be 2 to 3 sentences. Then, in one sentence, state the overall purpose of the project. Finally, state the specific study objectives and/or hypotheses tested. For some projects, it may be more appropriate to state the specific tasks you undertook, what you did to intervene, or the specific teaching objectives in a pedagogical project. Use numbers or bullets if you have multiple objectives or tasks. Now, in the methods section, you should describe your study design and methods if you did a research project. For other types of projects, this is where you should describe what you did. For the results and discussion section, you should briefly describe the results and conclusions of your study or project. Usually the results should align with your study objectives or tasks. The last component of the abstract is to describe the importance of your project to public health. This section should be 1 to 2 sentences. Now, you may have noticed that throughout this webinar, we've mentioned that you should, quote, briefly describe a particular component. The text of a poster should be clear and to the point, with graphs, tables, and figures, as is appropriate, interspersed throughout. This will make the poster more readable. Omit lengthy explanations or unnecessary data. Now, this year, we are doing something very new and exciting with our poster design. You may have heard about this movement. It all started with a graduate student named Mike Morrison from Michigan State University. He observed that typical poster sessions lack the interactions that we want at scientific conferences. Posters were, quote, long on information and short on design. They assumed that someone would stand for a very long time in front of one poster, reading and reading. Since this past summer, professional organizations and conferences are adopting Poster 2.0. And if you were at the American Public Health Association annual meeting in November in Philadelphia, you probably saw these new posters. The, quote, old design of posters involved a huge amount of text, something that is really hard to absorb during a typical poster session. Poster 2.0 allows you to highlight your main findings. It's an easy way to attract those most interested in your topic and allow for conversation, something we want more of during our poster session. Now, there's a lot you can learn about Poster 2.0. Here's the link for Mike Morrison's 19-minute video about how to and why we should create better research posters. Also, you can follow Mike Morrison on Twitter. Researchers often showcase their posters through this form of social media or others. Now, we're also offering a template here and on our website for the Poster 2.0 design. Try the new design, as this is the wave of the future. So let's take a quick look at the template. Please include the title, authors, and institutional logo at the top banner. Then divide the body of your poster into 3 sections, with a center section featuring the main findings of your work and a related photograph. The findings should be a big, bold statement, and the photograph should capture the essence of your work. Sections on the left and right panel should follow the sections of your abstract and serve as ways to quickly relay information about your work. Tables and figures are best. Many of the Poster 2.0 designs include a QR code. This should forward visitors to your poster to more information, such as a full paper, a website, or context related to the work. Now, please note that the regular poster size is usually 3 feet by 4 feet. The assigned space for your poster is 4 feet by 4 feet. Check with your school on where you can print your poster and whether your department or school will help with it. The poster session will take place in the Stamp Student Union in the Grand Ballroom at the University of Maryland College Park. We recommend you set up your poster between 7:30 a.m. and 10 a.m. on Tuesday, April 7th. But they must be up between 12:30 p.m. and 2 p.m. for judging. Please remove your poster between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. The morning of Public Health Research at Maryland Day, first go to the registration table to pick up your registration material. At that time, you will be assigned the specific space for your poster. Tacks will be available to hang up your poster. Now, each poster will be evaluated by 2 judges. You will need to be by your poster at your assigned time to give a brief oral presentation. Judges will evaluate the overall poster effectiveness by considering if the poster is visually attractive and professionally polished. This includes using a font size that is large enough to read easily, appropriate visual images, appropriate title using terminology that viewers outside of the discipline can understand, appropriate and legible tables and figures, and adequate white space. In judging the effectiveness of the presentation, the judges will take into account whether the contents of the poster are clearly described using language that is not too technical, answering questions clearly and succinctly, and using professional body language, including appropriate eye contact. Awards will be announced at 3:15 p.m., so you're highly encouraged to attend this session. Thank you for your interest in submitting a poster to Public Health Research Day. We look forward to seeing you there. Now, if you have any additional questions regarding posters, please submit them to phrm@umd.edu and state poster question as the subject.